Hello! In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about typical British ways, what makes a Brit a Brit. But before we do that, I just wanted to remind you that if you're thinking of moving to New Zealand or you want to live in New Zealand, even if you want to visit New Zealand, don't forget to sign up for our free, absolutely free 5-day video guide, where we send you a video every day for 5 days showing you some aspect of what it's like to live in New Zealand. This video guide is fantastic. You won't find it anywhere else on the internet, and it's absolutely free. I'm going to put the link in the description below. Go ahead, sign up, and I'll see you on the other side. So let's get into the episode and see what makes a British person the way they are.
Hello. I could eat about 1.5 million of these.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Welcome to the It's a Drama podcast.
My mother thanks you.
If you can't say something nice.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Hello and welcome to the It's a Drama podcast. I'm Liz.
I'm Brian.
And today we're here to talk to you about typical British traditions.
Yep.
What makes a Brit a Brit? We just thought it would be a nice idea because we live in New Zealand, we're British, and you need to know a little bit more about what is a Brit, what sort of things that we do, what typical British things we do. So we just thought it'd be a little bit of fun to do that.
Yep. And one of the first things is we're from our shed.
Yeah. The
So
Brits have sheds.
Brits have sheds.
Yeah,
Well, the Kiwis
have
there,
sheds,
but
yeah.
they don't.
Anyway, that's not.
But let me just say, the Kiwis don't just have sheds; they have huge mansions, which are sheds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Shed
That's
envy
true.
in New
Yeah.
Zealand.
So if you're watching from YouTube, you'll be able to see that we're actually stood in front of our shed, our British shed,
Yep.
in New Zealand.
That I built.
Yeah, that Bri built. And if you're not watching from YouTube, then, and you're just listening on your headphones or whatever, hello and thank you. And yeah, we're stood in front of a shed at the bottom of our garden in New Zealand, and that's
Yep.
where we're recording from. And we're standing as well.
Yep.
So let's just get straight into it. We've brought, as usual, we've brought the tea, we've brought the biscuits, and we're just on location, and thought it would just be nice just to, get out in the fresh air again.
Yep. So you might hear a bit of wind and stuff like that. So sorry.
You're always going on about your wind.
I know. Yeah. We have to because it blows across
That's
the
a typical
microphone.
British fact, a typical British way. Always talking about the weather.
Always moaning.
Yeah, no. Always talking about the weather. Okay. We should have included that because that is so typical,
Oh,
isn't
the
it?
weather. Yeah, that's what New Zealand, they love the weather as well, don't they?
Are we going to, everything that we say, are you going to keep going back and going, oh yeah, but the Kiwis do that?
Mm-hmm. No.
Are you?
Well, I can
Just tell me now, so
yeah.
prepare me.
Prepare you then, all right.
This is about being British, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Number one that makes a Brit a Brit, a British way is saying sorry.
Yep.
Sorry?
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 Did you? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry for you
Oh,
bumping
sorry.
into me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brits will say sorry for absolutely everything. It's in our blood. We will just apologise. Like Bryce said, if someone bangs into you, you're like, oh, sorry. Like, it's just...
That's it. And even if, someone's driven a car into your car, you'll say, oh, sorry about that. Sorry I was here.
Yeah.
It's just...
Sorry for breathing.
It's just sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry is the biggest thing that the Brits
I think Monty
say.
Python have done a few sorry scenes and things like that where it's just sorry. Yes.
Oh, hang on, I've got to get my notes because I'm trying to read it and I can't see it, Bri. Hang on. Number one. No, okay. Number two, tea. And you know that we prove it every week.
Yeah, we do. We might not be drinking English breakfast tea. I mean, today we're drinking, jasmine pearl white tea. So, yeah.
Because we're posh.
Yeah, Pearl Dragon, I think it's called.
Don't tell them that. Just say, no, we have builder's tea with milk and 2 sugars. That's what we have. Because we're British.
Yeah, we're British. And,
No, but in all seriousness, if the Brits, the tea just solves any problems, okay?
Yep.
So...
just put the kettle on.
Yeah, the first thing I say to Tess will say to me, Tess is my daughter, and the first thing I say to her when she says, oh, I'm having a bit of a bad day, I always just say to her, oh, just have a cup of tea. Just have a cup of tea and you'll feel better. And she always does.
Yep.
She always does.
Yeah, you do. You just have a cup of tea and it just sorts things out,
Yeah. Anything. If you get pregnant and you just have a cup of tea, it's just make you feel so much better.
And when you're working, you've got a builder come round, you want a cup of tea?
Yeah,
It's never,
always
do you want a
offer
cup of
them a cup
coffee?
of
It's
tea.
always a cup of tea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's American, isn't it, coffee?
Well, yeah, I suppose it is.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
don't do. We
I mean,
do.
builders drink coffee in England, but the majority of them always offered a cup of tea. Would you like a cup of tea?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, please.
Number 3, if that makes a Brit, is this.
Oh.
I can't believe that. The tutting.
Yeah.
If you're a Brit, you tut a lot.
Yeah,
And
an
it's-
awful lot.
Gorgeous to tut. Tutting is just.
Oh.
Listen to this. In fact, no, yeah. You can't just go. You have
No.
to follow it up by.
Oh, I can't believe that. Jeez, look at that. Oh.
So
So
tutting.
it's a stress reliever.
It is. It is. It
It's for
just
luck
makes
as well. You have to look.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to close your eyes like this.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, and you have to. You always say, "I don't believe that."
Yeah. Oh. It's a tut or an R.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Brits would never ever confront anyone. They'd never go, "Excuse me, you're doing that wrong." They would just stand in the corner and just touch themselves, and then they think they're well hard by doing that. And
Yep.
it's like, yeah, I told them, tutted at them, all right.
That's it. Oh.
Right. Okay. So number 4. I keep looking down because I've written all these things down. But number 4 is please and thank you.
Yep.
I tell you what, I do not like kids who don't say please and thank. I don't like adults who don't say please
No,
and thank
it's
you.
not hard to say thank you, is it?
No,
You know, it really,
no,
really isn't.
no.
It's just,
Please and thank you.
yeah, please, can I have it? Please, thank you. Oh, thanks very much for that.
Yeah,
Would you like
yeah.
a cup of tea? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
just, yeah.
Do you know, it makes me feel really uncomfortable when I'm on Facebook or Instagram
Mm.
or something like that, and someone will say, I look at other people's things and they'll say like, oh yeah, great video. And they say like, cheers or like thumbs up. And I'm like, oh, say thank you, you know, just like, I don't know, it's just, well,
yeah.
go on.
No, I was going to go, you just
Yeah.
touched your microphone. Just banged your microphone.
Yeah. No, please and thank you is
Yeah.
an absolute must. And if you've got kids, please, please, thank you. Please bring them up to say please and thank you, because it's yeah, I don't like it. It makes my skin crawl when, like, you know, when you offer a child a biscuit. Oh, would you like a biscuit? And they go, yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't like
No,
it. It's rude.
the old saying that my mum always used to say to me was, manners maketh the man, woman or child or whatever it is. So yeah, it's nothing hard in saying please and thank you.
No.
Yeah.
Your P's and your Q's. Is that what it means? P's and Q's.
No, that's watching your P's and Q's, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
That's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, anyway. So just please say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for that. Okay. Number 5, moaning. I'm not one to moan.
Always moaning.
I'm not one to moan.
No, you never moan, do you? Yeah. If you could have seen us trying to set up here at the shed, there was a lot of moaning going on. Can't get this right. Can't get that right. We just got to get this. Yeah.
I've got this theory about moaning. Brits do moan, of course they do. But do you know what? It's thank you. We're opposite a field of cows, by the way. So, of course they moan. But do you know what? When you moan, right, it makes you feel better. It just releases something in you, and it makes you feel better. I think.
As a Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people stay positive and don't moan.
It's
but
exhausting living in New Zealand. It's
Yeah.
exhausting because everyone is so positive. They're like, yeah, oh, the weather's looking a bit rubbish, isn't it? And they're like, no, this is good for the wind, for the cows and
It's good for the
everything.
wind.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this wind's good for our
Yeah.
crops. You
Yeah,
know,
it's been raining for 4 days now. Yeah, it's good for the garden, though, isn't it? No, it's not.
Yeah, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. And I'm like, I don't know, but there's just nothing better than having a good moan.
Oh, yeah, you do. You will have a good moan. Sometimes you feel like shaking some Kiwi people and saying, just moan back for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let it out. Come on. Yeah, life's
Release
not that
the
brilliant.
moan. Yeah, so, yeah, we like to moan a lot.
Yeah, an awful
And
lot.
that's why we're called the moaning Brit. Does it offend you when people say, oh, shut up, you moaning Brit?
No,
No, it doesn't
because
me.
it's just like, well, it's better than taking it home.
Yeah.
Just moan straight away.
What do you mean
Yeah.
better than take? What do you mean?
Well, take your anger home. It's like if you moan throughout the day, you get it out. You know, I always think of Carl Pilkington. That's all he ever does, isn't it? The guy with Ricky Gervais, he just moans all the
Yeah.
time. I think he did a DVD about the moaning of life or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with a good moan, and the
Yeah.
Brits like to moan. Hang
Have
on.
a moan.
Let me see what else. Okay, so the Brits, they don't take their shoes off when we come to your house. What are you laughing at?
No, we don't.
And it's like the Kiwis do, you know, like, and
Yeah.
yeah, they do. The Japanese do. When we went to Japan traveling, it was just like, of course you take your shoes off.
Well, yeah, and you weren't just allowed in Japan. You had to have a pair of inside slippers as well. So you couldn't just take your shoes off and walk around in your socks. It's like, no, it's you've got a pair of inside slippers.
Yeah.
Where anyone who comes in your house here, I don't know whether it goes back from the farming days or just muddy streets or whatever it is, but the Kiwis are as good as gold. They do take their shoes off.
You take your shoes off.
Yeah, as soon as you walk in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in England, the only time you would take your shoes off, there's two times you'd only ever take your shoes off. One is if you had dog muck on them and you didn't want to walk it into the house.
Yeah.
And two is if you were sleeping over at their house and like you knew you were staying for a long time.
Yeah, that's it. You stay more than 5 minutes. Or some people have white carpets and tiles, don't they? And you're just like, oh no, can't walk in with them.
No. I remember your dad saying to me once, drives me mad, because Brian's dad was a heating engineer too, and I remember him saying to me, drives me mad when I go in, and because he had all these lacy boots, didn't he? Like, you know,
do. You have your steel toe caps on. They're
yeah,
clean.
and he'd just be like nipping in to get his spanner or whatever, and he'd be like, oh, can you take your shoes off, please?
It takes twice as long if you're a tradie, because you know you've got to put your boots on, and you know you're carrying heavy things around, so you need the protection of your shoes.
So if a Brit comes to your house and they don't take their shoes off, they're not being really rude. It's just not what we do. We just don't take. I always say to people who come to my house, oh no, leave your shoes on, it's fine. Brian will clean that up later.
Which I do.
Okay, the next one, I don't know what number we're on, but the next one is, hang on, number 7. The word bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Oh, I love that word.
Yeah.
I love it.
Bloody hell.
I just love the word bloody. Bloody.
I know. Well, what's it mean? It was a swear word
Bloody
at one
hell.
time, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Yeah, and it's still a swear word.
Well, I suppose it is if you're
I
if you believe in hell.
I wouldn't let Tess say it.
No.
Because I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
I bloody believe that.
Yeah.
It's bloody brilliant here, isn't it? Bloody love
bloody
it.
love it. It's bloody great.
Or bloody hell. So the word bloody hell, it's like it's just a light word that the Brits like to use a lot. And although, yes, it probably would be considered an offensive word.
Well, it was. I remember saying it when you were a kid, and like you'd say bloody hell, and your mum and dad would look at you as if like, oh, that's it. I'm shit. I've done it now.
Yeah.
I've had it. It's like, oh, I can't believe he just said that.
I never forget when we were moving out. Sonny was our son. He was about 3, wasn't he? And we were moving out of our house. We're moving to another house, and we had this big skip outside our house. Do you remember?
Yep.
Do they call them skips in New Zealand?
Well, yeah, the skips in New Zealand.
Yeah. So a big skip to throw all our rubbish in and things like that. And we were getting we were downsizing. We were moving to a smaller house, and we were just chucking all the stuff out, weren't we?
Yep.
And Sonny, who was like little, he was like, don't throw my toys out, Mummy. You know, don't throw our things out, Daddy. And we're like, no, we're not going to. And Brian, he had this like really trashed up rubbish little plastic lawnmower thing, didn't he?
Yeah.
That he used to just love pushing around. And Brian said, oh, just chuck it. He won't know, you know, because we didn't want to cart a load of stuff with us. We had nowhere to put it. So we put it in the skip. And then we went and we saw him coming out, and he was like looking around, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
didn't see us.
He didn't see us, and we were like hid behind the shed. And he toddles over and he looks up at the skip and sees his lawnmower, and he goes, I don't bloody believe that. They've thrown my lawnmower away.
And he proceeded to drag it out and put it in the back of my van.
I don't bloody believe that.
Believe that.
Oh. So yeah, the word bloody hell. We say it a lot. All right, so the next one, and I don't know what we're up to, but how are we doing for time?
We're 15 minutes.
Okay, the next one that we were saying about the British ways is and you disagreed with me in this. This is just rubbish, right? We don't like to brag or show off.
Oh.
No.
But it's you don't like to brag and show off, I suppose, personally, as is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But then if someone knocks Britain, it's
my God, yeah.
So you're going to brag about that. Well, where would you be without the British?
No,
the engineering, the this, the that,
No, that's not bragging. That's
even the internet. Where would we be without the British?
No, but you've got that wrong, because it's not.
All
That's
right.
not. No,
You
that's
just
not
mean about
bragging.
yourself.
Yeah, I just mean like, oh, look at what we've got, and like, look at the car I've got, and like, you know, look how lovely I look. You know, we're just not like that. It's just that's what I meant. You know,
Right.
like I'm so awesome. It's like no,
No, we
you
don't. We
just
don't.
do not
yes,
say
no,
that. It's
no.
just
Yeah,
like
you
that's
don't.
not
no,
the done
no.
thing.
It's just no. You're very. I don't know what's the word you call it when you're just kind of into yourself.
Humble
It's
or
humble to a degree, isn't
insecure.
it? Insecure. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, I'm awful. No, we do not. We're not one of these nations that like to go, yeah, and brag and like be like, yeah, look at me,
Yeah.
I'm fantastic.
As
I'm
as
awesome.
in your individual self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Some people
really
do.
hard time personally. I have a really hard time if someone says to me, you know, oh, you're doing fantastic podcast, Liz, or like,
Yeah.
I always try and turn it into like
Oh, but there's
like
some,
almost like a joke, like, you know, like almost like, oh yeah, but did you see the sound? Or yo, it was a bit windy, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not comfortable with, you know.
Yeah, they're taking those compliments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great way to make you embarrassed, isn't it? As give you a compliment as such.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another good point
yeah.
actually, is if you want to watch a Brit writhe and go, ooh, it's really uncomfortable, their bum goes, ooh, just tell them they're amazing. Just say, I think you're fantastic. Oh, wow, you're brilliant at that.
They'll just wither in front of you.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
They will,
yeah.
because, yeah. Do you take compliments, Phil?
No, not really.
No.
Even
I
like
don't.
you've done an outstanding job for somebody, and they, oh, you do, and you just go, okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Well, I could have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
that's a typical British way, is we do like to
Yeah.
wither when someone compliments us.
Yeah, a lot.
What was the other thing that we were saying, Bri? Supporting the underdog. You'll
Yep.
know about this because you support Liverpool. Sorry, Bri. Sorry.
It's not even funny, is
Sorry,
it?
Bri.
Yeah. How are they the underdog?
No, they're not. Sorry. sorry.
sorry. Yeah.
No,
No,
that's
it's
a
true.
bit mean, wasn't it? No,
No,
I
but
love
it is.
Liverpool.
I remember, talking about football as we are talking about. If the FA Cup was at one time was the biggest sort of competition in England, and not in Britain, in England, and basically, if there was a lower team, you would always support the underdog team, and not unless they were playing Liverpool, of course. But if there was, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team now that I remember it Sunderland versus someone else, and you just think, oh, you just want those guys to win. I would have said Chelsea because they're a bit of that's a bit of an underdog team. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think, I don't know. Like, say if the Brits were watching a race, for example, and like I don't know, like a sports event or at a school or something like that, and there was like one kid, and it was like that kid's always gonna, it's gonna sound really mean.
I know.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
Yeah.
So that one kid is like, oh, my kid always wins the race. He's done 2 miles.
Just want
in
that
3
kid to
seconds.
fall over.
Yeah.
Break his
And then
leg.
you've got the
Bloody
little-
hell.
Yeah. And then you've got the little kid at the background, in the back with his dossy trainers on, or he's forgotten his trainers and he's running in bare feet and
Runs the wrong way.
Yeah, he runs the wrong way or whatever. You always want him to win.
Yeah.
You'd be like, come on, mate, you can do it.
Yeah. Still with the snot coming down and everything. Yeah.
So
No, it's true.
It is. It's just like we do want the underdog. We do shout for the underdog, don't we?
Yeah.
I always feel so. And the kids are like, oh, they say to me like, why you're just saying that to try and be cool, and I'm like, I'm not. I just want.
No, it is. I
want to support people who.
Yeah, I can remember. I mean, Japan aren't the greatest rugby nation in the world, but I remember them playing South Africa, and I just remember, and the camera went round to the crowds, and the Japanese people were crying, and you're just like, this is the best game of rugby I've ever seen. It was just amazing, to watch the underdogs, triumph.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a theme going on here. Do you need? Don't answer. Turn your phone off.
The phone wasn't supposed to be on.
Well, you should have put it on silent.
I know.
Silly underdog.
Silly Billy. Bloody hell. Sorry.
I've lost my train of thought. No, okay, so the last one that I want to talk about, about typical British ways, is if we go to a restaurant, or actually anywhere, to be honest, but if we go to a restaurant and the food is absolutely rubbish and disgusting, and the waiter comes over and goes, is everything okay? We'll always say, it's lovely, thank you. Yeah, it's delicious. Thank you.
Absolutely great.
Yeah.
But if you're with
It's really nice, thanks.
If you ever want to go to a restaurant, go with an American, because the Brits are just hopeless at doing things like that. You know, you go like, oh, I hate God, this steak's rubbery and it's just like, it's horrible and this and that. And I can't believe it's bloody cold, this.
Yeah.
Bloody freezing.
Yeah.
And then she comes over, like you say, and you go, oh, it's lovely.
I
Yeah,
know,
thank
yes,
you.
Yeah, it's lovely,
Yeah,
thank
you're
you.
not getting a tip, though.
Yeah, my mum, actually, she complains, I can't
does.
stand it. I can't be doing with it because it makes my dinner go down in lumps.
No.
When I know that if my mum says, I'm going to go and complain, I'm like, oh, no, please, can you just sit down and just eat it, you know, because we don't want that hassle. But
unless it's extremely bad, I will complain.
Will you?
But yeah, I do.
When have you ever complained?
When David and Mark and
yeah, but you were showing off because they're American. Yeah, but you were like, oh, look at me, I'm like
no,
you.
it wasn't. It was Mark was he was being actually ever so good because it's like, well, he didn't know the standard of food, I suppose, in New Zealand. We were over in Rotorua in a restaurant.
Mark is from Rochester, New
It
York.
was just awful.
Was it?
It was shocking. One of the worst meals ever had.
And you stood up and you complained.
Yeah, I just had enough.
How did that make you feel, Bri?
Pretty good, actually.
Don't lie.
Don't
lie.
It did.
No, it didn't.
It did.
Really?
It did, yeah, because it was just, you know, when something is just like we took ages choosing the restaurant, and that's TripAdvisor. It's not very good anymore, TripAdvisor.
Oh, stop it going on about that. You're always going on about it.
Used to be good. No, it's not.
So it actually made you feel, well, I'm sorry, but it doesn't make me feel good to complain.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. It makes me just feel, I'd rather just think, I'm never going to go there again. And that's what I say. I'm like, if I go to a restaurant, it's really bad. I'm like, well, I'm never going there again. And that's it. I can't even write a bad review about people because I'm like, oh, no, because that's not very nice to do that.
No.
So I don't do that either.
Yeah, bloody hell.
But you do.
I do.
You're well-odd.
That's it. Well-odd me.
All right. So I think that, can you think of anything else what's wrong?
No, just that cow just running over just where he jumped up the bank there. You can't see that on the thing, but anyway. Yeah.
So can you think of anything else that?
What else have you done? Everything on your list? I think it is.
Yeah, that's everything on my list.
Oh, what's that? We laugh at what? Oh, we don't like.
We laugh when we laugh when we hurt ourselves. Okay, yes, we do laugh when we hurt ourselves. Yeah.
Well, you do. You fall over. I didn't mean to fall. Actually, I did fall over, but I didn't mean to. Yeah.
And if you hurt yourself, if you bang your head, oh God, look at me on a silly, I'm idiots. You know,
that's it. And
like
if someone, you know, as a family member had done the same thing to you, you'd have shouted and screamed at them. But when you just do it, you just get up and soldier on, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Brits are a bit weird. Don't like to be shown up.
No.
As if like, oh, it didn't hurt.
Yeah, that's what
my
it must
leg's
come
fallen
down
off,
to.
but doesn't matter.
Yeah. I've fallen in front of the bus, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Sorry about that to the driver.
Yeah.
Sorry. Then walk off, tutting. Anyway, so we hope you've enjoyed the episode on Brits ways and British ways, and hopefully next time you meet a Brit, then it will give you, just remember what we've talked about, and it'll just give you an insight into why they do the things they do. I mean, you know, it's just, I love the British. I really do. I love them. Yeah. I love you, Britain.
Bloody hell. Bloody marvellous.
Bloody love you. So until next week, I'm going to say goodbye and I'll speak to you soon.
Yep. So stay safe and stay strong. Kia kaha. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us this week on the podcast. We have loved having you here.
If you guys could subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us a 5-star review.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
That would be absolutely amazing. And make sure to share the podcast with your friends.
And if you'd like to hop over to the blog, find one of the little boxes that ask you to drop your email. I will send you a newsletter every week letting you know when we've released our new podcast. That will go straight into your inbox. So it's www.itsadrama.com.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next week for another podcast.
Look forward to it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.